how's it going? This is my vlog for the 3rd of April of 2026 at 9:36 p.m. I do videos every day. Just because it's 9:36 doesn't mean I'm not going to do my video. I don't have reefers no more, so that means it's 100% video dedication. Unwavering. Do you understand? So what I did today was I got up and I was going to work from 8 until 12:30. And I was going to ride my bike there, and I even put the bike lock in my backpack. But then at the last minute, it was like really cold. It was like 33 degrees, and I was like, and I couldn't really find. I was running out of time because I didn't get up until like 6:45. So I need to get up at 6:30 if I'm going to leave at 7:30 just to get ready and eat and stuff. But I came up with the excuse to drive to work instead of ride because I was going to buy like a whole bunch of plants, like those suckers, because I still didn't have. But there were a bunch in my trunk that I forgot to get, so I actually got too many plants. So I don't even know what I'm going to do with the rest of them. I might have to... Oh, actually, no, I have a bunch of ones I can put them in. So I think I'm just going to put them in behind my refrigerator. Because I have that light there, and when that light's on, it could feed those. And look at all those. And just have a wall of plants. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, so I drove to work is what I'm saying. So I went to work, and then we had to do an errand to take my 92-year-old client to the ear doctor. And I came back, and then I got an extra half hour. I got to hang out there and get paid because it's the LMs, but I still have to watch the LM videos. And then came home to my mom's house. Oh no, yeah, and then I came home. I went to get the plants, and as I was checking out the plants, my mom calls me and she goes, "Hey, don't you remember we were going to go to the Nissan place today at 2?" And I was like, "I don't remember any of that, dude," because my brain is completely fried to hell, but not as well, and probably even more than my body, which is completely fried to hell. You know, like I forgot to say yesterday that when I was in my doing the thing with the old lady, reading the book, I remember thinking to myself, like, oh God, I'm in so much pain. I'm in so much pain. Like right now, I'm in so much pain. It feels like being hungover. Like imagine the most hungover you've ever been, and then you have to live your entire life like that. So that's how I feel. So, and even when I was sitting in the chair today, because we had to sit in the chair to buy the car as they were doing the paperwork, my ass was like squashed against the chair. Couldn't take it anymore. Activating the nerves, like painful as hell. Like, so yeah, I was thinking to myself, dude, I need to be like running or anything other than sitting down. Like, ugh. But yeah, so anyway, yeah. So what happened was I went to the Ariya place because my mom or the Nissan place. My mom wanted to do a test drive. Even though she doesn't have to give the car up, her lease until July 19th. She just needs to do test drives. And so we went in there to test drive an Ariya, because that's the only Nissan that I would buy. Because if I'm going to buy my mom a car, it needs to be a car that I want to drive myself, because she's 84, and she's not going to be driving that much longer. At least that's what she tells me. And so if she's not going to drive much longer, and I'm going to inherit a car from her, then it needs to be a car that I'm going to want to drive, not some piece of shit Leaf. Because I wanted to like go up in the mountains in the snow and skiing and stuff, so I went like an all-wheeler. And yeah, so we drove it, and it was fast, and it was cool and everything. And then she drove it, I drove it. It's 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds. Quarter mile in like 13.6 seconds. Top speed of 124 limited. Yeah, and it was the fastest goddamn thing I'd ever driven. Like, you know, the guy told me to open it up. Did you hear that? My little ferret just took a shit. And the other ferret's up too. I've got 2 ferrets. Anyway, Yeah, so but there was all this traffic around, man. I wasn't able to go from 0 to 60, but I got to do from like 40 to 60 or whatever. And yeah, and it had so much power. It had more power than any car I'd ever been in. And it had so much. In fact, as I said that, I'm like, oh, dude, I want to take it out right now because I could drive it around without traffic. In fact, I should. I should drive it up um, um, in car. But the last time I did that in this other car I got a few years ago, the security guy followed me up. I was like, who's that person following me up? And as soon as I parked, he's like, yeah, you can't park up here. So I had to go down. But that'd be cool to drive it up there as fast as I can just to test the power. But it also had like this engine whir that I didn't expect. It was like, it sounded like, yeah, it sounded cool. But, and my mom liked it. But anyway, we come back and we're like, okay, yeah, we'll think about it because we were going to test the GT. So then I go home and I'm like, let's find a GT. Because the guys, so when I go in there, right, the guy's like, you guys got to hurry up and get an Ariya. Because the prices went up $3,000 since the beginning of the war. Because everybody's trying to get electro cars now. 3,000. So I'm out $3,000. If it had been a month ago, I could have bought one. And I tried to buy an electro car about a month ago, but my mom bailed on me. But we were going to go down to Denver and get a Mach-E GT. But yeah, so anyway, I called around to look for Mach-E GT. I could only find one in like Lakewood or whatever. I didn't even. My mom really didn't want to drive all the way down to Denver, but and the guy answered, and he's like, yeah, I'm open till 6. He sounded exactly like all the people who fucked me over. Like, one thing in my life that I noticed, people who fuck me over are the people who talk just like that when you talk to them. They're, like, super depressed and shit. And it was like talking to a twin of them. So I was like, fuck that guy. And then I talked to somebody else at the dealership. He was like, yeah, we got deals, but it was like $39,000. I was like, whew, can't do that, dude. They only had the, like, newish ones. And so I was like, fuck it, let's just go and get an Ariya. My mom's like, yeah, okay, let's get that. So we go back, and yeah, they were still there, and they sold us it, but, you know, it took forever in paperwork. So I got it for $28,000. Like, no. After all, it was more than $30K, dude. Do I have the paperwork around here? It was more than $30,000, dude. So, geez. But, you know, I had to get a car because my mom needs a car. But my mom starts going, oh, I'll just take the Mazda back and you drive the Orion. I'm like, that's not what you were saying before. Or like, before she was like, I can't drive this thing anymore. It smokes. Because it literally does smoke screens when you drive it after it has been parked for more than like 24 hours. Because that's an engine leak that goes on the oil pan. And when you start it, just, it's like literally smoke screen. So I was like, no, you keep the Ariya. You know, and I like getting my mom an extra good car because it's kind of like, maybe it's like a blessing for her to be healthy longer. Because I saw this thing on Facebook yesterday where I guess there was the longest lady lived to 122 years old. She lived from like 1875 to 1997 or something. And she when she was like 70 or something, some guy wanted to buy her apartment, and so he had a deal where he'd pay her, you know, until she dies, but he ended up dying before her. And his widow had to pay her for a bunch of years because she just wouldn't die. And like her secret to life, to live that long, was to smoke cigarettes all the time, and she only stopped when she was 117 because she couldn't see the end of the cigarette anymore. And she liked to drink wine. And yeah, I guess her secret to success was just to chill, just to not take stuff too seriously or whatever, and laugh. She said she'd die of laughter. But oh yeah, and like anything you can't change, don't worry about it. I think the secret to live a long time, yeah, is to not hold grudges, to just be happy, but also not be like me, not be like a fucking workaholic. You'll die. I won't make it to 60 if I keep living the life I've been living. I don't think I would. But I'm gonna switch things around. And the reason I'm saying that is the level of pain that I feel. Like I feel so much pain that my body's like, dude, you're dying. But anyway, yeah. So after we got the car, you know, finally it was like 7:36 when we bought it. They closed at 7, you know. 3 guys stayed behind for us to leave. But then we went to Torchy's because my mom wanted to celebrate. So my mom's like happier than I am that I got a car. But yeah, because those guys were like, you need to buy it now because the prices are going to go up. So I was, and they're like, they're going like hotcakes. There's only 2 of these Engage Pluses left. And so I got the black one. And I'm gonna get tinted windows on it, and I already paid for all that, and you know I already prepaid for the maintenance, everything. So when I say I paid 30,000, like that's for everything, all the bells and whistles. I didn't get like the premium one where like the door opens and you have the sunroof, but yeah, the one I got, I guess it's 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds, quarter mile 13.6. I actually already said that, which is faster than like an 85 Porsche 911 Turbo. That was 0 to 60 in 5. You know, the like Countach I think was like 5.5. So I'm like, I'm in party area. You know, so I could still take this thing to the racetrack, you know, even though it's not technically a race car compared to the like race cars from the 70s. In fact, I asked ChatGPT which cars is it faster in like the IMI racetrack, 0.87 miles out, like 13 corners, about a half hour east of here. And it said it's faster than like every Porsche 911 until 85, you know, or like the Porsche 914. So yeah, so it's like legit for me, because when I was into these sports cars, I was like 11, so it's faster than all those. So that's cool. Yeah, so like a black car with black tinted windows, an Ariya, because the Ariya was the perfect car to look black, because it looks so futuristic, like an electric car. So then you make it black and black tinted windows, and now it's all snazzy. So anyways, so yeah, I didn't even get any exercise. I should have. Like, I'm not going to allow myself to not ride my bike to work. Because, like, you know, if I at least get a little, my heart pumping just a little bit once a day, it'll make me feel so much better. So that's probably one reason why I feel like absolute hell. Wow, look at that. Where is that? Is it like the Dolomites or something? Look, you can see the trail zigzagging up. That's pretty trippy. Dude, I want to go to the Dolomites. Paula's always trying to get me to visit her in Italy. She lives in Parma. And I'm like, yeah, we should go to Dolomites. But have you seen those crazy ass hikes in the Dolomites? You type like hardcore hike in the Dolomites, it'll be like, what the fuck? I want to watch the dude do the whole thing. Maybe I'll do it one day. But when you get older like me, you start to be like super averse to stuff that's even slightly dangerous. Not out of fear, but out of like, you know, thinking. You start thinking all the things that could happen. But anyway, yeah, so then I came back here, and I don't even know how to reverse the dang thing, so I might go downstairs. The problem is it's in the basement, and I don't have internet down there, so I can't like actively talk to ChatGPT to tutorialize or watch YouTube videos to tutorialize. So anyways, I don't have to work until 6:40 tomorrow, so I'm going to go and figure out the charging and how to drive it and all the quirks and kits and poodles, and maybe even drive a little bit, I don't know, and yeah, and just clean up the apartment, put those plants up. Yeah, it's just business. And then and then like all the stuff with the car set up. Like when I went to buy the car, you know, I had to like do insurance so I could drive it home. I found out I never even had insurance. I don't even have car insurance. I've been driving around without car insurance because they turned off my car insurance on February 11th. Like I get everything set up with automatic withdrawal, and then it always gets switched off. And I'm always finding myself like I owe all this money because they turned off my insurance. They turned off my I think they turned off my house payments at one point, and they kept turning off something else over and over again. Oh yeah, my health insurance. It's like crazy. So I need to go and make sure that everything's activated, and then maybe even call the IRS tomorrow and the state IRS. They're going to probably tell me I owe thousands of dollars because of all the fees they give me. But yeah, and then I'll pay. I think I'll just empty out my checking account tomorrow on my Ariya bill. The guy said for best credit, because my credit dipped to 650, and I think because fucking Synchrony Bank says I owe him a bunch of money, and I paid him like $150 like last month. So I don't know what the hell this is all about. So I need to go and figure that out and get in, figure everything out and make sure I'm bomb proof. I have been, see, I worked so hard and I smoked so much weed that I could basically became an invalid, like unable to take care of myself. And so, yeah, I need to like catch up to everything. Yeah, and also I let my house go to pot, so I had to buy a whole bunch of new plants because they died. Almost all of my fish died. I only have 3 left of the betas. Anyways, so, and I also have to get surgery. When I bought my hamsters, I mean my ferrets, I had to sign this thing to promise that I was going to pay like $250 each to get these like IDF whatever stuck into my 2 of my ferrets. And so yeah, but they still look, they're looking fine. But see, my ferrets are way healthier than the average ferret because they're 100% free. They're running around, you know, and they're always approaching me, so they're giving love, getting love, and giving love. And maybe I healed my ferrets from that stupid IVF thing just from that, but I don't know. I signed the thing, and they're never going to sell me an animal again. Because like when I went in there a few months ago to try to get a cat and a hamster, they're like, you know, they're like, you turned in a bird that was injured, and so we don't want to, you know, give you any more animals. And they're like, who's your veteran? And I was like, my veteran's up there, and like Iris and Broadway. And like, what are they called? And I'm like, I don't know, like Rocky Mountain Veteran or something. Anyway, but anyway, yeah. So tomorrow I have to also clean. But I have never got around to mop the ferret shit off. I have to clean the ferret shit actually off of the hallway, dude, because they're gonna get me in trouble. They're gonna complain. I'm gonna get like evicted or something, or because like, so I have to scrub the fuck out of it out there, because like I come in, or I guess my mom comes in, then they track the shit out. Hopefully they think it's just dirt, but because the ferrets, they love to shit in corners, and so they love to shit right along my hallway to leave, and there's just no, because I should get more rugs that are white, because I can't, because they're kind of, a lot of them are black, and I can't even see the poop. But anyway, so I've got my work cut out for me, but it's kind of like errand stuff, which is exercise for me, so it's cool. Anyways, that's what I'm up to. Yeah, but I like having. I'm actually jazzed to have a black car, because black cars look the coolest as long as they're clean. And there's like a car cleaner place like a block from here, so I'm just gonna keep my car clean as a motherfucker, clean as a baby's butt, so that I can like look all snazzy and stuff, you know. And yeah, so anyways, I'm gonna try to bust nuts up, all up into the mountains. Spread my jizz all over them there mountains, because it's free driving, you know. And then you come back and put the car into free charge over there, and then come home, you know. And I can work on my computer while it's doing free charge, so that's cool. So in fact, I might even get on down there right now and have a ganders at it and see if I can figure stuff out. I think I might have not been able to reverse it. Because I didn't push the brake pedal in hard enough, but I thought I was pushing it in hard. So anyways, I couldn't reverse it after torches, and I figured it out in the end. So maybe I'll get and do that now. So I might go down there now, but what time is it? It's like 9:54. Hey, it's time to go to bed. I just saw the Doug DeMuro video on the Ariya, and boy, does that freaking thing have a lot of quirks, though. So I like it. I'm happy I got the car. I like quirky ass cars, and they don't even sell it in America anymore. But they have this like table / secret glove compartment in the middle of the front there that you push a button and it all slides out to you, and then you push a button and it goes back in, and then the little thing in the middle console slides forward and back, and that's stuff I'd never seen in any other car. So anyway, so that's what I'm up to. I'm doing my leg. Didn't exercise today, but I thought about it. I almost rode my bike to work today, but I'm glad I didn't, because if I hadn't have, I wouldn't have gotten there to the Ariya place in time, because I would have come home by 2, and then I would have had to gone there. I would have been like 10 or 15 minutes late, which wouldn't have been a big deal, but I would never have gotten the plants today. So I like kind of staying ahead, so I'm glad I drove. Anyways, yeah, tomorrow I will definitely do something in terms of exercise, unless I'm busy all day, which is exercise, you know, so it's cool. Anyways, that's my vlog. Talk to you later. I'm going to upload this sucker right now, because I ain't stone bakehead no more.